sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Snagged in the middle, it's Cuevas. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Young. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space and getting that fast dude on the ground.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Looking to scramble. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Gonna throw it to the right. He's got his man. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
To the air, it's Russell. Fires to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
He's got his man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the tailback. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Bernard. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the time. Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. A great catch and run for 6.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise on the opening drive. Nice execution. They score the touchdown. That was big time.
And he tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Looking for room. It's Hughes. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Red pass, it's complete. Turning it on. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The Ducks, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And the Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that's a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
The Ducks are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Moore will throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. What a missed opportunity early in this football game. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Here comes that Alabama offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll move the wide receiver. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
On the set.
Motion from the wideout. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
Brings up second down.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. To throw, it's Russell. Makes the catch, it's Williams. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
That's the end of the first quarter. For Alabama, 7, Oregon 0.
So after the break, they'll go back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Young. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. That's reeled in. It's Cuevas. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Wants to keep it in the air. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Power football with the run. He's loose. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. First and goal.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Wants to go up top. Steps away. Fires to the end zone. It's incomplete, and this This ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly to the tight end. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. It didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Moore to the air. Swings it out to the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Catch in the middle, it's slow. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Moore will throw. This time he's got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They need the 40 to convert here on third down. Looking to throw again. Bringing the heat. Caught over the middle. It's low. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Quick completion on the out. There he goes! He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Ducks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. This is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Fires to the tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the snap, it's Hughes. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Moore to the air. Floats it out in space. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Hughes. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Snap. It's Hughes. Caught in the backfield. It's Whittington. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Right down the boulevard. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Quarterback will keep it. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. He might want another play. Moore will throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Brings it inside the 10. Touchdown, Oregon. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
All tied up, just about set to kick it away. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Going right to work up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Washington. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Off play action. There's the pressure. Slings it downfield. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the lone man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Looking for a man. It's Russell. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Oh, the quick spin move.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket and plays breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away. The defense took advantage with the interception.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Keeps looking downfield. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes that do it with ease.
The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Pocket breaking down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays. In the run game, he's setting the edge. He's forcing the football to go back inside, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can also get out of his stance, use his hands, and use his speed to beat offensive tackles and get to the QB.
And that is no good. And here in the third quarter, it is still a tie ball game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Oh, they're after him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. He leaves it with his back. At the 45 on his way. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
1st down. Physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to...
Throws for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end. But he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Looking down the middle. He's got it. At the 20, he's got space. Touchdown, Bama! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Starts from their own 25-yard line. He wants to change this route. Trying to get the corner. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case in there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
He gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. All the way out across the 45-yard line, marking out of bounds at the 46.
And that is a backbreaker if you're the defense, because you've done your job up to that point. You've set up the offense in 3rd and very long. You know they're going to throw it. You cannot allow a guy to get open that deep down the field For an explosive play, somebody's going to have to answer for that when they get to the sidelines.
They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
This is a designed run. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
And the Ducks have their offense in high gear. Might be changing the route. Trying to get the edge on the right. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
More to the air. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be 4th down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 17, Oregon 10.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the big fella. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. So the 4th down call works out for them as they try to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, that play, Reese, is going to give them a lot of confidence. Here they are. They're trying to scrape and claw themselves back into this one and take the lead. They needed that play.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. The give on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
How about the job by this defense? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense. Stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Going to try to get it himself. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Now the pitch. Out of bounds he goes. He'll mark it up to 16.
You kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
The Ducks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run the option. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. On the move. It's Hughes. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, just having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front of that defensive line.
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chain. Direct snap. It's Whittington. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. Motion from the wide receiver. How about this on first and goal? The give to the wide receiver. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is third and goal. And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on fourth and goal.
Decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, trying to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Back to throw, it's Russell. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Incomplete, and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be second down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheel.
Trying to beat the D deep. Makes the grab down the left side. Turning on the Jets. Inside. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
What an enormous play. The 99-yard touchdown pass. But, Palmer, when you're in that end zone and you're backed up and you could take a safety, what's going through your head?
Oh, man, your clock's going on. You know you got to get the football out quick, but I'll tell you, you're also licking your chops because you know in this area of the field, you probably have one-on-one opportunities to the outside. So if you get time and you're able to make an accurate throw, you could hit Pater, and they just did right there, going 99 yards to the crib.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Moore will throw. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
They still need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie, and they'll go for the onside kick here in the fourth. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And that is why they're called the hands team, people, on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
The snap sets up the throw. Gonna take a shot. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. Dropping back, it's Russell. Bought a little time, lets it go. The short hands, it's Horton. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Fires to the right. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. to start the drive with a pass. He's going up top here late in the game. Touchdown, Oregon! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Yeah, I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your two-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the fourth quarter when you need the two-point conversion?
Now they'll try to tie it up with the two late. Moore to the air. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a two-point conversion. The interception was just gravy.
24, Oregon, 22.
So just over 90 seconds to go, and this game's probably going to come down to whether they can recover this onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So now it's second and long. The quarterback's just going to take a knee. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a third and long. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down.
That's a nice job by this defense, getting in the backfield quick. They got in there so fast, anticipating pass on third and long, but they reacted so well to the run, get the tackle for a loss, and now probably going to force the punt.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Punt is on its way. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Moore will throw. He's taking a deep shot. Catch inside the 25. And they fight him to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but they'll come up a little short as time expires. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us here, and for these two teams, that's going to do it for a season. Another bowl game in the books, and a season is wrapped. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Reese Davis signing off, and we'll see you next season for another presentation of EA Sports College Football.